Parents, students of biology, really quickly, just let you know what's going on this week. Hopefully you guys are all aware that there's going to be a test tomorrow, which is Monday, over characteristics of live experimental design. The first test didn't go that well. It was their first high school science test, so giving students a chance to study some more. We went over, kind of looked over what we missed on Friday, and so there's a review sheet. Hopefully they looked at here, and here's the answer key to that review sheet. Pillbug Labs, like I said, if students did not like their grades, if they scored poorly on it, what the highest grade they could attain is the lowest C possible, which is a 78. So if your son or daughter messed it up or did not do well, they can make corrections, and I'll pass those back tomorrow while they're taking their test. I'll pass those back to them so they can actually see what they missed and all that good stuff. So now hopefully I have the test back by Tuesday. That's the goal. So next week we are going to be doing something a little bit different. It's kind of interesting. So they're going to be learning about ecology, but they're going to get to choose their ecosystem that they get to use. I'll explain this to the students also. So basically, they get to choose one of 3 different ecosystems: the Amazon rainforest, the coral reef, and Yellowstone forest. So it's any one they're most interested in, or they know the least about, or the one that they're most familiar with, they think will be the easiest for them to grasp the material, is whatever they think that will help them out the most. Okay, so that is what we'll be doing next, and I have little packets on Moodle. So they want the Amazon rainforest. Here's all the PDFs for this. Do they have to print these out? No. I'm just going to have them answer the questions on a separate sheet of paper to save kind of some trees, a lot of trees actually. But I have mirrored assignments for each one of these ecosystems. So you can kind of see how they're all the same assignments there, they're just over different ecosystems. And here's the note packet that we have been filling out in case they've lost theirs thus far. Last thing I'm going to say to you guys is that if your son or daughter has something, so we're kind of looking at RenWeb, if you see anything that's a completion grade, typically I'm going to kind of change things up over this year, but completion grades can be brought in later to get partial credit. Either they're not huge grades, they're meant to just to check and see if your son or daughter are doing the work. These are effort grades. Did they try? Did they attempt? Did they have it in class with them? So those are going to be, they're not even worth a ton of points, but they add up, meant to help your grade over the course of a semester. So if you see something that says a completion grade and you see a 0 on that, that just means simply they didn't attempt it, didn't have it with them. I'm typically going to make those worth 2 points. If they have most of it done, maybe a 1.5. If they have half of it done or less, a 1 or a 0. Pretty much that simple. MCs stand for mental calisthenics, aka bell ringers. Those are also completion grades. Those will be worth a point a day. So that is basically be 4 or 5 points each day. It just depends on if they wrote the question and they wrote the answer, if they followed instructions. Lastly, and I know I'm hitting this a lot, in RenWeb, if you see anything that says A4 and blah blah whatever, and it says practice, that's something your son or daughter should have 100% on. So please, 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 if your son or daughter doesn't have the grade, their grade's low, look back on RenWeb. All of these things, A4, A5, A6, A9, anything that's in RenWeb that has those titles, they can take those again and again until they get a perfect score. So looking here, experimental design, they should have a perfect score. This assignment, they should have a perfect score. And it should be the same name in RenWeb, we'll just have an A in front of it. Okay, and I've also, this experimental design quiz that some students struggled with, what I ended up doing is letting students go back and just retake that as many times as they want also. So if they don't have a perfect score on this in RenWeb, they can do that also. So this one, perfect, they should have a perfect score. This one, they should have a perfect score. This one, they should have a perfect score. And this one, they should have a perfect score. So all of those things they could have perfect scores for, they're meant to help out their grades. Okay? So I hope that helps. Alrighty, guys. And if you have any questions, please email me, and have a good week.